I've been looking forward to this.
Hello there, welcome to Where's the Remote's Count Dooku Star Wars Battlefront 2 review. If any of you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and drop a like if you've enjoyed this review of Count Dooku. So, we've been looking forward to this. Count Dooku has finally arrived in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and this is going to be my full review. I've done the exact same thing for Obi-Wan Kenobi and General Grievous when they dropped, so if you guys haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. But this is Count Dooku. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing that I wanted to review about Count Dooku was his appearance. So this one, I wasn't really too sure how to feel because prior to his actual release, we had no idea what Count Dooku was going to look like in game. DICE didn't release any official imagery, and we didn't get the community update until after his release. So it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but to be honest, I did have faith in DICE doing a good job with his visuals because they've done really good jobs with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Grievous. They've done really good jobs with every single hero. I've said it in the past, apart from Han Solo, but it looks like they brushed up his face a little bit in the update. But yeah, visually, Count Dooku looks fantastic. He looks exactly the same as he did in the movies. Which is awesome, which is great, and that's what we wanted. He looks exactly like he did in Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones, which is great. And the attention to detail in his face, his hair, his outfit even is all like pretty solid. So I've got to give props to DICE on that because they did an awesome job in his visuals, but they always do. So next thing I want to review is his fighting style. So we all knew that Count Dooku's fighting style was going to be quite unique when his animations were leaked late last year, but they certainly don't disappoint. Count Dooku's fighting style makes him an absolute beast in Heroes vs Villains, and he's pretty solid in Galactic Assault as well. I think Numpty has already managed to achieve a 70 kill streak within like the first day of him being around, so that's crazy. Me playing him myself, I love Count Dooku's fighting style. I like that he's very fast and offensive lightsaber wielder, just like he was in the films. I mean, he took on Obi-Wan and Anakin both at the same time in Attack of the Clones and in Revenge of the Sith, and he held his own. I mean, the first time around he defeated both of them. And the second time round, he still managed to best Obi-Wan. So he's definitely a force to be reckoned with, and you do feel that in the game. You do feel like that in the game. Like, he's a very good lightsaber wielder, probably one of the best lightsaber wielders in the Dark Side heroes or the villains collection that we have in Battlefront 2. So yeah, he's pretty solid. I'm really happy with his fighting style. It's very unique, very elegant, and he does a lot of damage. Especially when you use his duelist ability, the damage that you can land on heroes and troopers is just insane. So they've done a great job with that. The next thing that I wanted to review was Count Dooku's abilities. So currently we have 3 abilities for Count Dooku. So we have his lightning stun, his duelist ability, and his exposed weakness. And all these abilities work really well with Count Dooku's playstyle. His lightning stun ability pushes people onto the ground and also does a decent amount of damage. His duelist makes you move even faster, so it enhances your lightsaber combat style and makes you do more lightsaber damage. So you can actually one-shot some of the assault class troopers. And his exposed weakness, which makes people more vulnerable and also slows down the opponent that you inflict it upon. His abilities, I think, are actually like really good because it encourages you to be like a really good lightsaber wielder and not rely so much on your abilities. I think other villains like Palpatine are much more reliant on their powers in order to get some like really good kills in. But Dooku, he's mostly about his lightsaber combat and his lightsaber style, which is like really unique, and I really like that. His 2 abilities essentially enhance his lightsaber combat and improve his overall offense. His lightning stun is really cool as well because it sends people to the ground, similar to like what we saw in the movies and Attack of the Clones. It works quite well too, and I really like the visuals on it too. Like the color of the lightning is like exactly like it was in the films too. So yeah, again, visually they've done a really good job on that. And his abilities, I think, are sound. I really enjoy his abilities. It just makes him a much more of a unique character, which was well needed. So that is great. So on to his star cards now. So I think Count Dooku has some really solid star cards that have been included in Battlefront 2. There aren't any that really like stand out too much. They're quite normal. He of course has his health on kill star card, which is quite helpful. Like Obi-Wan Grievous, he also has an increased maximum health regeneration card. He also has one that increases the range of his lightning stun. We have one that another star card that reduces the load time for you to be able to use your lightning stun again. There are ones that improve duelist and kind of very normal, the kind of star cards that you'd expect really. So yeah, his star cards aren't anything too special, but the only ones that I would probably recommend would be the health on kill star cards and the increase in the range of his lightning stun. And the third star card I'd leave up to you, but I'd definitely say that those two star cards are certainly essential for good Count Dooku gameplay. His emotes. So we have some really good emotes for Count Dooku. We have his foolish but brave emote. Looking forward to this. I'm more powerful than any Jedi, and the Sith control anything. So we got some good ones. Like I'm happy that we had the. I've been looking forward to this. That's the one that had to be in the game, similar to like Obi-Wan Kenobi's "Hello There." So I'm glad they got that right. I am kind of surprised that, and I think one of my subscribers, Max Hunter, mentioned this, is that I'm quite surprised that EA didn't make twice the pride, double the fall in emote, but instead it's an interaction that he has only with Anakin, which also makes sense. It's because that is essentially the line that he says to Anakin alone, so it makes complete sense. But it would have been cool to have been able to have that as an emote as well as an interaction with Anakin. Cool, and victory poses. So his victory poses, in my opinion, aren't really that interesting. I think his default one is probably the best one. So they probably should have been a little bit more strategic with their choice of default victory poses, because I'm not convinced to spend credits or crystals on any of his other victory poses, unlike I did for Grievous, and I think for Obi-Wan I got some of his victory poses as well. But I think his default one is more than enough. It does more than enough, and I'm happy with that. They could have been better, but off the top of my head, I honestly couldn't think of what else they could have done for Dooku. So yeah, the default one is my favourite, to be honest. But that sums it up for my review of Count Dooku in Star Wars Battlefront 2. But what do you all think about Count Dooku's update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and turn on your notifications. And if you didn't like this video, let us know why in the comments, and I will take your feedback on board. Thanks for stopping by, and may the Force be with you always.